Leo, welcome or welcome back to another video. My name is Tobias. It's an honor to have you here on this channel. If you're new here, this channel is all about helping to unite you with the person God wants you to marry in this lifetime, your true love connection, your high-level soulmate, divine counterpart, or twin soul in this lifetime. This reading is going to give you clarity, the clarity you need from your guides and angels to know what the heck's going on right now in your divine love situation so you can unite with the person you're meant to be with and change the world. Quick note, this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, and it is a timeless reading, so whenever you happen to come across this reading, Leo, trust that the message is meant for you. So guides and angels, through the power of unconditional love in this moment in time, what is it Leos need to know in and around their true love situation through the power of unconditional love? Leo, you are, in this lifetime specifically, I'm being told, not meant for just quote-unquote just a normal relationship. This is really important for you to know, okay? Because this is going to set the standard for everything you do from here on out. You're meant for one person, okay? So I see one person here, Ten of Pentacles relationship, where you are, and this person is actively committed towards building the lifestyle, the life, and the empire together, side by side, in each of your separate, unique, but complementary roles towards changing the world, okay? So this is a lifetime of the greatest fulfillment that you could possibly have ever imagined. Your greatest ever true love story. Okay? Now this, and look at the bottom of the deck is the lovers, right? This is, the guides are immediately just wanting me to differentiate this for anyone watching, because this is very different from just a normal relationship or a normal quote-unquote soulmate relationship, right? There's nothing wrong with normal quote-unquote relationships or soulmate relationships even. They're a certain path. But if you're watching this video, right, and you were drawn to this channel or this video popped up on your feed, you're meant for a higher level relationship than that, okay? Not better, but a higher level, a spiritual connection, okay? There's one person on this planet that God intends you to be with, to come together. And when you guys both come together, okay, it changes the world. It changes the world just by your presence, your two energies, your soul uniting. I know that sounds corny and a little bit outlandish, but it's the 222, right when I said that, okay? It's the extreme frequency of the divine feminine and the extreme frequency of the divine masculine coming together, okay, to unite the world through the uniting of those two opposing polarities, okay, through the embodiment of God through each of your separate bodies that can only be embodied when you come together. This is a channel message for you. I know it sounds intense and extreme, but that's exactly what it is. Okay. Ace of Cups with the Seven of Swords. Wow. And the Queen of Pentacles. It looks like, to me, Ace of Cups with the Seven of Swords, there's something around you realizing that someone new, okay, like having someone new in your life, dating someone new, receiving from someone new, okay, or being with someone different from the one person you may feel in your heart and your soul is that person. It feels to me you may have realized that that was a lie, okay? Like maybe you were lying to yourself, or you realized that that was not true for you, okay? And maybe you had to go through an experience of testing the waters, right? Testing the waters to see if you wanted or you could be with someone new. Ace of Cups here with the Seven of Swords. And it didn't work out, okay? It didn't work out in terms of the way you might have thought it could have or should have or may have gone in prior iterations for your life and for your relationships, okay? It just felt like it was inauthentic, okay, to receive from anyone else other than the one person you know you're meant to be with. My dog is chewing a bone in the background if you can hear him. Hopefully he's okay. He's okay. He's probably just coughing up a little bit of the bone fragments. But it's kind of like that's the reaction that you had, right, in the consideration of any other new relationship outside of this one, is that it just felt like it was repulsive, okay? It was like coughing it up and spitting it out and rejecting it and saying, that's not me. That's not what I want. That's not what or who I'm here to receive. King of Swords is here to say, and the King of Pentacles, you are hyper-focused on one individual, okay? One relationship. And let this be a confirmation for you if you're watching that this is what God wants for you, okay? This is, if you're watching this reading, this is what the divine, the guides, and angels specifically want for you, is to have the allowance in your heart and your soul to simply be with one person, okay? And not to need to find another love or another relationship, or to need to compare this relationship to anyone or anything else, because chances are there's nothing to compare it to, you know, or it can't be compared. If it's the proper relationship, right? If it's the one that you are connected on a soul level with this person, okay, in this union, there is nothing that can compare. It's not even possible. It doesn't even come close, okay? Okay. Now, overall, what I see, Six of Wands with the Death card and the Three of Swords, okay, is as you've realized this might have triggered a bit of a transformation for you, okay? Because this might have shot down a little bit of your ego, okay? Is what I'm saying. It might have shot down a little bit of your ego when you realized, oh, wow, like, you know, pride aside, like my pride would want me to think that I don't need anyone, right? I don't need a specific person. I don't need a specific relationship. And chances are you don't need it, right? But this may be a question of what you want, okay? So would you want a different person? Would you want a different relationship, okay? A part of you might have told yourself that I can do that if I want to, right? I'm free to have anyone I want. I can date casually, or I can be on the prowl, so to speak, Leo, right? And it's that part of you that's actually getting a beating. That Death card with the Three of Swords, right? Where the karma is being reflected back to you and saying, no, you can't. Okay? Not because you're not allowed to, but because if you go against what's inside of your soul, right? If you go against what your true nature is and what your true heart is saying to you, okay, then that's going to result inevitably in pain. It's going to result inevitably in backlash of karma, okay? It's going to result inevitably in you realizing through emotional heartbreak here, Three of Swords, that everything you truly want is in this relationship, in this specific person, and already as well inside of your heart, okay? And that nothing outside of that can take that place, right? Nothing outside of that can take that place, okay? So this King of Wands energy is going through a bit of a transformation within you, right? And this is very Leo-esque. King of Wands, the Three of Swords, Six of Wands, right? Very Leo-esque energy, right? That's how I know it's you I'm speaking to or addressing specifically. Is this shift wants to occur within this part of you that felt maybe that he or she, right, didn't need to be with a certain person or didn't need a certain relationship, okay? And that part wants to be transformed from more of that way of being to sharing all of what you may have realized within your heart, within your love, within your authentic truth, to and with a specific person, okay? That's what I see. I see this King of Wands energy getting transmuted into this activated version of, oh my gosh, this is what I've realized, and I would want to use this driven, strong, proud part of me to be put into a relationship specifically, and within and for a specific person as well. Okay, so instead of more of this kind of, we can say, what would be an ego-based / player energy side of you, okay, that wouldn't want to be necessarily in a long-term relationship or maybe stuck with a certain individual, we can say that part of you is transforming into someone who is all into, okay, and every bit for a relationship and a specific person. And any bit of pride or ego that was in resistant to that is definitely getting transmuted and shifted here. Okay, Three of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. Okay. So you want to tell someone the truth here, or the truth wants to come out for sure. Knight of Wands with the Ace of Swords, okay, and the Knight of Pentacles. I see you wanting to share with someone that you have shifted, okay, that you no longer are what you used to be, a former version of yourself. You are wanting to commit for the long term. Look at this beautiful Knight of Wands, Ace of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles. That you don't want to hold the truth in your heart back anymore, like you may have done before. And you want to let the facade of who you felt or who you thought you were before to die off. Okay? Knight of Wands energy with the Ace of Swords and Knight of Pentacles. This is someone who is transforming their beingness, their life, their way of being, their way of looking into the world, into a completely different way of being. Okay? So in one way or the other, we are all, as a collective, getting tuned into, I just saw 1111, the consciousness of divine love, of conscious relationships, of masculine, feminine polarities here. Okay, Leo is a masculine energy. This is a masculine energy within that's getting tuned into a different frequency of how to utilize all of your drive, yourself, okay, your power, okay, your pride here I see, and your love to be put into and towards a relationship, specifically in a person, rather than just for yourself, okay, and or for your life. And this isn't any judgment here, right? This is like, I think that's a great superpower, to have a lot of ability to be free and to be proud and to be strong and to be driven in your own life and for yourself. But the consciousness is evolving, right, one step further to now include the other half of the collective, all right? Justice is here with the world. So as you make this shift, right, as you make this shift, justice with the world, right, karma is restored. Okay, the scales are rebalanced. You have successfully completed a karmic lesson and education, the guides are saying, right? Educational course around why it's important to let go of a part of yourself that may have driven you for so long, okay, or drove you to be in a certain character, okay, or a certain way of being here. In a certain way, many of us, okay, particularly men, but also women too these days, are conditioned to think that a relationship, okay, is like a dime a dozen, that we can easily toss them aside and say, oh, this one didn't fit my needs or my standards in this way, I'm going to toss it aside and go to the next one. And this one didn't meet, and to look at them in a very casual way, or to kind of flittingly, right, traverse through them. And I think we're all learning that karmic lesson that is not really going to work anymore, particularly with how the energies are now. Okay, particularly as well, if you're on this journey, you've found a person, you found the one, right? You found the one that's caused this karma, that's caused you to need to feel all this experience and all this heartbreak and this pain, because it's they that's helped you realize that you're no longer what you used to be, but what you are is someone entirely different, someone that wants to put all of his or her energy into the greatest union, the greatest relationship of their entire existence for a greater purpose, okay, beyond just the self. So you going from any ego-based reality here to looking at relationships casually, to discounting any particular person or relationship that truly is or was the one for you, okay, and realizing, okay, and speaking the truth here of what you've experienced, what you've gone through, why you may have put yourself through this hurt, and what embodiment or version of yourself had to die in order to become this, okay, you speaking the truth of all that and being willing to, quote unquote, come clean and also commit to, okay, for the long term, this relationship, this union, is the karma here, okay, and releasing that is the key, okay. So no longer putting love or feelings or the heart on the back burner, but rather making it a priority, okay. Final outcome here for Leo, specifically Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. We have 10 of Cups with the 6 of Cups and the 6 of Swords. You know, there is a destined reality here, I would say, Leo, if you're watching this. And I don't mean to be too dramatic, but Leo, right? This is your video, right? I've got Leo in my 10th house, so I'm naturally a dramatic character as well. But 10 of Cups with the 6 of Cups and 6 of Swords is you have an opportunity right now, if there's a specific relationship or person in your life where you haven't said this to yet, if you haven't spoken to them, if you haven't addressed the hurt or the heartbreak that you might have experienced without them or in separation from them, or if in any way you were not authentic to your true heart and self and feelings with them in a prior relationship with them, or even now in this moment, okay, you still have an opportunity to be with them and to live your dream, your wish fulfillment, your happily ever after. I see it here, 10 of Cups with the 6 of Cups and the 6 of Swords. It's not too late, okay? They haven't moved on. You haven't moved on. It's still very much here, okay? But the key is, are you willing, okay? Are you willing and are you able to come clean, to speak the truth here? Ace of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles, to speak your true heart, your true intentions, and give everything you have towards the relationship of your dreams, because that's what's required. And that's also the scary part, is when we really get down to brass tacks, the scariest part of this, Leo, and I can obviously relate, right? I've got a Leo 10th house, is can you give all of yourself, right? Are you willing to give all of yourself and commit all of yourself to another person and to a relationship? That's scary. That's very scary, right? And everyone has a fear at some point, okay, around where they can commit all of their self, all of their energy. But this may be one that's coming up for you within this particular situation. So is that something you're willing to do, Leo? Is that something you want, okay? And in exchange for the greatest possible relationship you've ever experienced in your life, is that something you're willing to share of yourself for this person and for the world? That is your choice. And of course, 5 of Wands with the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Swords, there is conflict around that, I'm sure, within your heart. There are fears around that within your heart, okay? Is this person that I am going to share my heart and soul with, are they going to be fair to me back? Are they a good person to do this with? Am I going to get hurt, right? Like maybe I was in the past or in a past relationship, okay? So you might be struggling with someone from your past and saying, well, this person hurt me. How do I know that if I do it again, that I'm not going to get hurt in the same way, right? There's a lot of arguments your soul and your mind, rightfully so, can bring up against your desires, okay? 5 of Wands with the Ace of Wands. But at the end of the day, you know what you desire, you know what you want, and you know who you want. There's no ignoring that for forever, especially with you, Leo. Like, you're one that is run by your heart and by your desires. Really, ultimately, at the end of the day, that's where your true fire comes from, okay? So you're going to have to be willing to look at and to let go of those fears from your past, from past relationships, from commitment, right? And moving forward towards, right, a long-term situation with the person, particularly if you know who this is. The Fool card is here on the bottom of the deck, calling for a dramatic leap of faith. Page of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 9 of Swords. If you're the one that you feel, right, and you may or may not, depends on your situation, but if you're the one who feels like you owe the other person, right, your person, an apology, okay? Page of Pentacles with the 9 of Cups, sharing with them that you believe you are and they are your wish fulfillment, that you've become the wish fulfillment you know that you have had to step into, okay? Or sharing with this person that they are your wish fulfillment, right? Page of Pentacles with the 9 of Cups. But you may be concerned about that, right? It may be difficult for the ego to swallow something like that, right? To have to admit or to have to share, hey, you know what? I may have said or done things in the past, 7 of Swords. I may not have been truly authentic with you in the past here, but I can own up to those mistakes and truly say, no, you are my wish fulfillment. You are who and what I want, even if I wasn't willing to admit that before, right? Or if I kept that from you before, okay? So this might be something, if this is you in this situation, right, you might have to wrestle with, and if not you, then your person here. But rest assured, okay, if you're able to overcome this challenge, if you're able to overcome or swallow that piece of your pride or your ego to share that truth with your person is not going to hold it against you. Okay. Your person's reading will be in the extended. So if you're interested in seeing where your person's at, how they feel about you, that will be in the extended reading. You can see that in the featured products in the description box below. So don't worry, we will cover that if you're interested in looking at that. But what I see here specifically is it's really just you battling your own fears. It's really just you battling whether or not you want to do that, or if it's worth it to receive everything that you've wanted in exchange for kind of giving up this piece of your pride or your ego and sharing the truth of your heart here. But the reality is, right, as I see, is that this is what allows you, Hierophant with the High Priestess, with this person, alongside with this person, to truly be in your purpose, okay? It's you going through this lesson, this challenge, which may have taken you down a few notches, right? I'm not going to lie to you. It may have taken you down a few notches. It may have bumped down your ego a little bit, and that's okay. We all have to go through ego bumps. I've been through my fair share, okay? This is not a judgment reading at all. This is simply saying sometimes this has to happen. You got to be taught a lesson by a relationship, by another person. Swallow that pride and ego, admit and share the truth so that you can be in your true purpose, right? Because after this, I see, right, you and your person can lead side by side, right? Maybe you're the Hierophant, maybe you're the High Priestess in your situation, but you can truly be confident in your own self and your own ability to lead as a leader other people in your collective to truly impact the world. And if you're not willing to do that, you know, I'm sure you can get work done, but it's really never going to feel as authentically powerful in what you're saying, what you're doing, because maybe you haven't had the chance to live that as what you might be preaching to others. Okay? So it allows you to be free, right? My whole point is going through this situation, going through the karma, going through the karmic justice here and ending this karmic cycle allows you to be free to truly pursue your entire soul purpose and be who you are without any more hesitation or any more fears or any more feelings of inauthenticity that you might be struggling with in this moment. Okay, final three, then we'll go into the, talk about the extended star card with the 8 of Cups with the 9 of Wands. Okay. It's time to let the fears down, and any environment, anything that you're involved in right now that's not really true to you, okay, that you may have needed, right? Maybe you needed to be in a certain location or a certain place, or with a certain person in order to get a certain level of healing, okay? But whatever that was, it seems like it was just not true to you, right? It was inauthentic. It was not really what you needed or what you wanted here. It served a certain purpose, I'm sure, but it wasn't really and is not really allowing you to step fully into your purpose here. So the advice is to leave that behind, right? Move towards your destiny. Move towards this union, this relationship, this person you know that is the one for you, right? And let go. Let go of the fears of the hurt that might come. We are all on this planet for a very short amount of time, okay? We all came here with a very big purpose, and to get that purpose all ready to go in a very short amount of time, it's like we don't have time to waste anymore, right? Like pride and ego and like all that stuff, like just we don't have time for that. We just got to put that aside, say the truth, and go for it. And just make sure we get to our purpose at the end of the day. And the bottom line is you are meant to live out your purpose with this person, right? With this divine partnership, in collaboration, right? With your Empress here, okay? So the time is now. The time is now to leave behind the past and to move forward into that new future that God wants you to, and you know that you can create. Final advice for the viewer before we get into the extended strength card with the Chariot and the 4 of Pentacles. Let it all be known. Let it all come to the surface. Don't hold anything back. Don't hold any part of your truth back anymore. Okay, strength of the Chariot. Be willing to move forward. Share what needs to be shared. Okay. Say what needs to be said. Be true to yourself. Be authentic. Don't hold any part of your truth to yourself or from a certain person. Just let it all out and be willing to move forward together into this new world and this new destiny that we are creating. Okay. Now, before you go, the extended, featured, and the featured products below will be about your person. So if you are wondering what your person is feeling about you right now, what their intentions towards you are, how they see you, and what they're thinking about you. Check out the featured products. Check out the description box. I also just released a new transcendental meditation as well as a channeled PDF from the guides, from the angels. The meditation will help you release any inner child wounds or blockages around your purpose and around your inner heart. And the PDF is about the collective guides and angels talking about our mission on the planet, what it is. And lastly, I also have a podcast, and I'm super excited to be starting that podcast up again. That can be found in the description box below. Go check out my latest episode. I'm not sure what it's going to be on just yet, but if you want to subscribe and check out, daily or even, I'm sure like daily or maybe once a week, or I don't know how often I'll be posting, but spiritual science content and the collective awakening stuff. Check out that podcast. And Leo, thanks so much for watching. If you want more context in your situation, be sure to check out your Venus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you want more content just like this. If you like this content, you appreciate it, hit that like button. It really helps the channel and video grow. And leave your experience in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the extended. Bye for now.